All right. Let's see what we can do here. That's Farmman Bob. Let's not leave him alone for now. Oh wow, tier 4 for the knife already. Jesus. Move back over here. I want to make sure, because if the borrowed time like runs out whilst you're out there, it gets rid of the teleportation thing, and it gets rid of your we'll call it tactical retreating. Your get out of jail free card. Oh, interesting. Hunt the Prey actually consumes the debuff that you get. Oh, that hurts. Back over there. Whack on the guy. Never mind. Guess we're not charging. I guess I think there's something wrong with that lumber mill area. Maybe there's a certain trick to it. Or maybe there's like certain areas that can't be charged. Yeah, a bit risky there. There we go. Lovely, 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 lovely. Alright, so that being said, we're gonna be this is like I said, this is my super duper tanky, well, somewhat tanky, somewhat survivable. Obviously with teammates, girl can definitely survive. It's a little bit more survivable because of her you know, obviously more people to shoot at. But let me have a look here. There's the equipment. So the weapons aren't too important. What is important is the level 1 mods that you get. You know, which affects your skills. So for me, this class leans very heavily on borrowed time, which gives us, you know, shields and max our location for a few seconds, and then we can trigger it, you know, to basically teleport back in place. So as you see here, I go over here, run, go back to where you were. Now obviously I was using it in that section there, you know, putting it around a corner, hiding, and then, you know, running out, going completely mad, you know, using Hunt the Prey to close the distance, you know, when it worked, and the throwing knife to slow and enable good amounts of damage. Let me go back to my skills. Oh, spoiler alert. So yeah, Hunt the Prey, get a bit of shields, you know, slap them in the back, and obviously it's closing the distance, and you can also abuse that to go through walls and up to, up on top of buildings and whatnot. If it works, sometimes it can be a bit finicky. I don't know why, what the difference is. Now, Venus's Knife, I only just recently unlocked this, and it's actually a really good power. Initially, I was thinking about, like, once I finished doing the accolade stuff for Cycle Blade, I was gonna go to Twisted rounds, but being where the class tree is going, I figured, and what this power can do, I figured, hey, why not? Let's see what we can do with this. And so far, it's really good. You can mark like multiple targets. I've got it set so a mod's installed so it can give us 7 targets. But essentially, you and your teammates, the first bit of damage that you and your teammates will apply to any targets marked by this knife is doubled, which is amazing. So let me get a little notepad out. So actually, got like so 100% increase. I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative, but I mean I don't know how they calculate damage. So plus 100% from that knife. Pretty cool. So then you got here. This is the skill tree I went with. Close range, reload time. I mean, real time armor piercing, it's up to you. It's down to preference. Weapon damage. Wait a minute. I've got a skill point. What's this one here? Weapon damage. I do want to get the cooldown and this one as soon as possible, actually. Anyway, we're going to go with reload time, weapon damage, shotgun damage, and shotgun drop chance by 20%. I mean, the drop chance is nice, whatever, you get better shotguns more quickly. But obviously 15% more damage on both of your shotguns, auto or pump action. Can't complain. Cooldown for our hunt the prey and our borrowed time. Now, as you see here, with all the cooldown bonuses, and we do have one on our armor as well. We have 8 seconds. Let's just round it up to 9 seconds. And I mean, you could spam this a bit, but personally, I like to run out the clock as much as I can and then teleport back, and then have it, and then place it down as much as possible. Because if you're spamming it constantly, the enemies tend to like. The enemies tend to like separate a bit. And then you'll have like enemies right next to your beacon, for lack of a better term, your marked spot. And what ends up happening is you might think, oh shit, I'm about to die, teleport back, and there's already an enemy waiting for you back at your marked spot. So that's why I like to run that 50-second clock out, because basically it just all the enemies are still, if you're like running as far away from your marked spot as possible, and all the enemies are following you, then your marked spot will be a very safe place if and when it comes to when enemies actually kill you, or close to killing you. Anyway, recharge time on that, which is really good, up there. Now, this here is, got these two here, movement speed and arms trick. So if I throw a knife at something, like for one of them knives, I actually do more damage, like 50% more damage. So let's change that knife. I mean, it's only 8 seconds, so I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna change that to 150, which is absurd. So you throw a knife, and for 8 seconds, if you can like catch them enemies out. In fact, the knife, the duration of that time is only 10 seconds, so you should be hitting stuff within that 8-second window anyway. So you're doing, double plus 50%, which is absurd. And I think maybe the 50% is there before the doubling, so maybe it's more like 50% plus times 2. You know what? I'm gonna put. Fuck the notepad. I'm not doing the maths. But what I'm saying is, obviously you do that extra weapon damage when you throw it, and then that with that extra 50% weapon damage, you shoot them, and that'll be doubled. Close range shotguns, yay, whatever. Now, you add, you know, if you do that within 8 seconds of casting your, you know, borrowed time, or hunt the prey. Now, I don't know if it stacks. I don't know if, like, let's say if I did hunting, if I did the borrowed time, then immediately went into hunt the prey, and I get, instead of getting 50% damage for one power, I get, you know, 100% for using both really quickly. I don't know if it stacks. I don't know if there's a cooldown to the Outrider Executioner. Either way, I'm still doing a lot of damage, so if it stacks, that would explain it. If it doesn't, well, it still works. So no complaints there. So the idea would be to, like, obviously get behind them, you know, hit the borrowed time, throw some knives out. You know, I don't know, if you see a crowd of enemies, you know, you hit the borrowed time, then do hunt the prey, then throw the knife, and then you start shooting them. And that's pretty much what you do. Now, I could respec and get this cooldown here for the deception, so I could throw my knife more spammy, because the armor piercing, I don't really notice armor piercing that much, and I don't really have, I guess it's more for killing the elite characters, but I've never really had much of an issue with armor. Maybe that's more of a late game thing to take into consideration, but definitely, you know, making that throwing knife, you know, more spammable. I mean, 9.6 seconds. I mean, it doesn't feel that long, but now we do have twisted rounds on this one, but I don't know. I like twisted rounds, but the issue for me is you have to use the amp. It's like you're done in like 2 magazines. I mean, you can do a lot of damage with this stuff, honestly, but I feel I kind of lean towards the knife because it's more better for the team, I guess. I guess that's, you know, everybody on the team benefits from this, so it's a lot more thing. I mean, you got 2 selfish classes. It's good to have 1 support class at least, but to each his own. It can also boost temporal blade as well. So, you know, if you jump in, cast your temporal blade to do the interrupt on the captain, and then shoot the hell out of him, I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Okay, death probability. Okay, 8, yeah. Weapon damage, pretty basic. Now I will be getting more cooldown on these powers. You know, I think I need, you know, more cooldown everywhere. Should be prioritized. Don't know about weapon leech. Unforeseen end. Now I do want to get this though. I'll probably get this one next because weapon damage is increased by 20 if you're behind something. So obviously hunt the prey. You just teleport and get behind them. So you got that 20% added on. You know, coming along with this as well. Or not this. You know, assuming, you know, you could throw a knife at them, then cast the, you know, you could throw a knife from a long range, in theory, then cast these 2 powers, and then when you cast the hunt the prey, you'll end up behind them and then benefit from the damage here. Oh, weapon damage against elites. Yeah, we definitely don't need to do that. Magazine set. Oh my god, this is all good. I can't wait for this stuff. What's this at the end? For each close range. This is beastly. Now, what makes this guy, like, obviously the armor does help. I don't know what weapons you get is also good. I mean, like, I broke down a legendary that I got from the demo and put it into the shotgun. So killing spree obviously is a big thing here. But as long as you've got a pump action with a decent mod, you know, be it Shield Maiden or hell, anything that can do a lot of damage really quickly, you know, invulnerability, cryo to stop them from moving, you know, that kind of stuff, very good. But the important thing here is, you know, gun shield for borrowed time, time space protection for borrowed time, which obviously, look at the armor rating, it's ridiculous. This middle one, I mean, you can put anything, you know, anything on the pants, or I mean, I guess, whatever. Borrowed time cooldown, make it somewhat spammable, and duration, takes it from like what 26 sec. No, I forgot how to math. 28 seconds to 56 seconds. Ridiculous. Gives you a lot more time to play around and run around the map. And as for the last mod, it's up to you. You can put anything in there you want. I got the extra knives because, debuffing more enemies or opening more enemies up for... Because it's not a true debuff, it's just giving enemies the opportunity to receive double damage from anything. So, obviously that'll help a lot. So there's also, legendary mods here that do help out. But as for an example, let me just cast my borrowed time now. Just check the armor rating. You see that? Pretty good. Got 8,000, 6,000 damage. If I roll, I get 8 seconds. I get a bit more armor. Now it was hitting 14k earlier, but I think that was more to do with like other powers, if I remember correctly. So I was getting, attacking enemies, and I think I was getting 14k earlier, but that might be a team passive, or maybe it was something I was missing. But it was basically I felt like a god, an unkillable god, and it was amazing. So let's just turn in this mission. Yay! We got greens. Anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to show. I did, yeah.
Tell Cullen about this little clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck. Well, I guess I missed. I think I've shown everything off here. But yeah, main appeal is this skill setup. I haven't tried time freeze yet. I don't have it unlocked. The door's locked. Why? But yeah, I've rambled on long enough, so I'm going to stop recording. Thank you all for watching, and please don't nerf this, because this is actually fun. Bye.